Welcome to the Old Fashioned Health Network, Good Health Inside and Out, and I am your host, Jazz, and I have the pleasure of being here with Angel Grant, the owner of Yoni House.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for allowing us to come and interview you. Yes, so the Yoni House. You provide an abundance of services. Can you give us a summarization of what the Yoni House is?
Well, the Yoni House is
I was saying it wrong?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Correct me.
It's okay. Well, I just did.
Yes. The Yoni House. Exactly. So can you please summarize that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the Yoni House, I'm also a client here at the Yoni House, but it is a safe space where spirits like yourself, myself, and other people can come and relax and release and basically just come to grips with yourself like a mirror. It's a lot of mirror work, not literally putting a mirror in front of you, but a spiritual mirror, assisting you with assisting yourself in healing. So the whole thing about the Yoni House is not to have codependent clients. It's more about assisting you with assisting yourself in your overall healing. And you come back to me for maintenance and anything else that you need.
So you're like a supplement to whatever they're doing presently to help themselves.
Most definitely, but sometimes people come in and they just don't know. They don't know what it is that they need. So we go through different series to see where they need to go, what healing modality would be best for them. Okay.
Wow. So before we get into the Yoni House, where did it originate? What gave you the idea to start this?
You know what? What gave me the idea to start the Yoni House was, well, first I had Grant Girl Inc. And Grant Girl Inc. it's under the Yoni House is under the umbrella of Grant Girl Inc. So Grant Girl Inc. started in 2003.
Okay.
And it was first an agency. I owned a hair and makeup agency for hairstylists, makeup artists, and photographers.
Okay.
And
was it here in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It started in Minnesota, and when I moved here, I was looking for an agency for myself to, because I do makeup. So I was looking for someone, and it was so hard to get in because they were just like, oh, this and that. You need a name, you need a this. What have you done? And I'm like, okay. So
they know your name on the streets, huh?
Yeah. Well, they knew my name as a recording artist because I was a recording artist first.
How many lives have you had in the past? Okay. All right, so the Yoni House started here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, my mother, she had cancer, a very rare cancer called sarcoma, Laramie sarcoma, which attaches to the muscles, and so it's very aggressive, and she transitioned. So it was through that. I mean, I'd always been a very intuitive child since I was young.
Right.
And I would run from that because in the church, you see things, this and that, that's not of God. So that scared me.
Gotcha.
But I wasn't dabbling in anything.
Right.
But how do I know these things then? So that was still a question. And so I kept rejecting and pushing that away.
Okay.
And then the more and more things, I would be seeing things in my younger years, and then, when I was little, and then I see these things happen in my adult years. So I'm like, okay, there's something to this. So I just kept kind of stuffing those things down. And it was when my mother got sick, and I'm just kind of fast forwarding and trying to intertwine everything. My mom was always into herbs. She's a nurse, and her dad, which is my grandfather, was into herbs as well. I never thought, I was like, okay, that's their thing, that's cool.
Right.
But I'm like, since I've been doing this work, I don't know how I know what I know, because some of it is not going to be this. I mean, this is great, but it's not going to be this. Some things it can't be taught.
Right.
It's okay to have it, and of course some things you do need because you can't do certain work without license and having certification. So I get that. But as far as some things, it just can't be taught.
Right.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I'm not saying that you can learn something, but I'm just saying it's just
the things is within you that is always there.
Most definitely.
Right.
And it just kind of just started coming out, and I was meeting people that were in the herbs and different types of modalities when my mom was battling with cancer.
Right.
And so the gentleman was like, I can help you with these herbs. And I was like, wow, it was a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you so much. And he was like, no, you're going to do the work. I'm going to help you, assist you, but you're going to do the work. He said, because you have the magic, the connection with you and your mother, it's going to be stronger because of your love for your mother to do this work. So I was like, okay, and then it's like, I still was running from all of that, but it was when she made her transition that I'm supposed to be doing
this.
Yes, so and not just for her, for me.
For you, right. Yeah. Kind of like your calling was at that point. So would you say it's kind of the Yoni House would be a form of holistic healing?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I call it like a holistic beauty spa because it
it
still goes within. So it's like beauty from the inside out. Because I see a lot of attractive people, but the more you talk to them, it's nothing there. And not talking bad about anybody because we've all been there at some point. There are times where in my past I didn't like what you see is a pretty face
shell.
The shell, exactly. But it's so much more to me now because I've done the work, and I've earned it. I've earned it.
Wow. So when we come back, I want to get into some of the first services that you provided, right? Because I know now you have so many that you provide, from the regular massages, Brazilian wax, to you did a session on me with my stomach. That was really awesome. It was like a massage for my inner stomach and my whole body. It was awesome. So when we come back, I want to get into that. So stay tuned.
Okay, my name is Susan Longley. I'm a personal trainer, and I met Angel, the owner of Yoni House, as a yoga teacher. Such an experience to be there with her in that space. It's quiet. It smells wonderful. It has the music. It's just the ambiance there. You can just totally relax. And as you can imagine, getting a tattoo on your eyelids isn't exactly all that relaxing. But she makes you feel relaxed. She just really is able to provide what you need while she calms you and keeps everything quiet. She also did a foot detox for me, which I was surprised. I'd never had one done before. But she was able to pull a lot of toxins out of my body, which is important for me because I try to eat clean and I try to exercise. But I think having some other support is very helpful too. So the space that Angel creates is a space of healing, and it's a place that supports you when you're there for a healing service. She uses her training in yoga to help calm you. So when you walk into her space, you take your shoes off. It's a place of honor. It's a place of honoring yourself, and she honors you and she honors herself. So again, that's part of the taking care of. So when you walk in there, you feel like you're entering a different space. It's not the world. It's not the real world. It's not where you came from. It's a place where you can go to be healed and to be taken care of. So I love the Yoni House.
So welcome back to the Old Fashioned Health Network. I am here with Angel Grant, owner of the Yoni House. I said it right this time.
Yes.
There we go. So before we left, I wanted to get into some of the services that you provided. Like I said, you provide a lot. But one thing that particularly interests me is called Reiki or Distant, I believe it is, which seems to me like an all-around go-to when it comes to the healing process. But I know you're going to get more in-depth with it. So if you can explain exactly what that is.
Sure. And in regards to Reiki, I also certify people. So I have clients that, they start off as a client and, they may have ailments.
Right.
And what I do is I attune them, and then they're able to work on themselves. If they want to work on family members or make a career out of it, they can. Right. But you have some people where they just want to work on themselves, and it actually is cost effective because, again, like some of these services can get a little pricey if you have to come in. But I mean, it is your health.
Exactly.
So,
you're gonna pay now. You're gonna pay later.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
So what actually is Reiki?
Reiki is energy that is transferred from my hands, and you can do hands on or hands off, depending on what the client is, what they feel comfortable with. Sometimes people don't feel comfortable with you touching them, and sometimes people do. And it's basically channeled. It's used New Yasui, Yasui Reiki. I also do DNA Reiki as well, and animal Reiki.
How many Reikis are there?
There are quite a few, and then people start creating. They can create.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then you can just have that channel. It's channeled through your hand. So once you're attuned to this energy, it's for life. I mean, it's up to you if you do something with it or if you don't. It's kind of like those people, the karate people, and their hands are registered. It's like that.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
As far as distant healing, same thing. I can reach out to anybody anywhere, and they can receive a healing. And I always say that it's great for non-believers. They're the ones, because it's like they can't explain. Whoa, something just happened.
Right.
Something just happened. Whereas someone that knows a little bit about something, then they're self-diagnosing, they're not really relaxing. But someone that is a non-believer, it's great because they can't explain it. But then they say, you know what? There's something to this, and then they come back.
So you had that experience before?
Oh, most definitely.
Wow, that is awesome. Reiki. So the next one I want to talk about was, what is crystal therapy?
Crystal therapy, it's amazing too, and you can actually combine the two, just depending on what the client is needing.
Okay.
And you can do grids on people as far as different crystals doing different things, and you're placing them in different parts of the body.
So different sizes, crystals. So when I hear that, I automatically think of when you go to get a massage therapist, hot stone therapy. Is that something related to that or no?
Well, it's similar in the sense of like something being placed on you. But as far as the hot stones, they're there to help massage, whereas the crystals, they hold energy.
Gotcha.
And different crystals do different things. And so they're placed in different parts of the body to help alleviate pain. It can also help with accelerating something or dissolving something. You have people that have cancer, and they have certain stones that you can use that are like radiation almost. It's a stone that I use, and you can only use it like about 5 minutes at a time, and you have to keep it in a dark place. So I even have to be careful how I handle it, but I can use that, and I use that with some of my clients that have cancer.
Wow. Right now you use that stone, that crystal. That's awesome. So many. All right, next one. Foot detox. Now, from what I've read, that this can kind of speed up the process of detoxification. Is that true? Because when I think of foot detox, foot massage, right? But from what you're saying and what I've read, is deeper than that.
Yes, most definitely. Now they have different kinds, as far as like the Himalayan, where you can just place your feet on a pad. Mine's is that you immerse your feet in water, and then it will change colors, and the color is based on what's going on in the body. So it's pulling, starting from the top of the head, all the way down and releasing through the feet. So let's just say if you have some issues going on with your eyes, challenges with your eyes, when you're sitting there, you may start feeling something pulling. And so basically, if you feel wherever you're feeling the pull, that's showing where your body needs more of that healing at. So that's where it's working more in the organs, or you may feel it here in your stomach. So you're like, wow, I feel it here, or I feel it in my knees. And you're like, oh, okay, well, you have some knee issues? Well, yeah, I do. So it's
you did that with me today, actually, didn't you? Anyway, so what was the name of it that you did to me today?
Chine Song.
Chine Song. So I've had stomach issues, and by miracle, she happened to suggest this Chine Song, and I didn't say what was wrong with me until after, and it was like perfect, right? So she did some, I can't even explain it honestly. It was some massaging of the stomach, but it was deeper than that. One thing that I do remember is you said the correlation between sound and your body and your breathing, right? Can you explain that? Because when I think of sound and your body, it doesn't, I don't think it goes together, but it does.
It does. Chine Song is amazing. And how I stumbled across it was I was online and I was looking for something else, and it was like when I saw this I was like, I need to know about this, because it was talking about where you can actually remove blocks in the body, because we hold so many things in our organs. And if you release these things, then you can actually have a better life. There's a lot of different things that can happen, and we just hold things up, and not just now, like from birth till now, even just cells, things that are going on with your mom when she was having you and carrying you for those 9 months. All those cells are being stored up and just being recorded and implanted inside of you. So it's like you may not even know why you're doing certain things, you know.
Right.
And so it helps you release. And then there are sounds that are associated with the organs, you know, and your emotions that will help release. And Shine Song is all about assisting clients with assisting themselves in healing. And I mean, that's what I base the Yoni House on. But it's all about that, because I then send you home with things that you do so you can continue this magic happening in your life.
Right.
And different things will happen. I had one person that came to me and they never came back because it was so intense.
In a good way or a bad way?
To me personally, I think it was a good way, because it's a breakthrough.
Right.
You know. But the thing is that you have people that are not ready. If they're not ready to deal with what's going on, this gentleman had anger issues, and he didn't want to deal. So, you know, your body reacts to after you're releasing these things. So you have to pay attention. Like I was saying.
You were saying, certain things may happen after,
And be very present with what's going on, because now I look at Shine Song this way. I always say it's like you're in this room, and the room is so tight. It's so tight where you can't breathe, and it's either you're gonna deal, because it keeps coming in until you say, okay, I'm gonna deal, because you're not gonna have any space
left.
Yeah, and that's my analogy to Shine Song, because it's so in your face, and you have to be ready for it.
Wow.
My name is Raven, and I want to tell you about the Yoni House. It is absolutely magical. Being with Angel has impacted my life so profoundly, because she is a true guidance for healing. I first met Angel at a retreat, a couples retreat. And when I first met her, it was something about her energy that just drew me in, pulled me into her. And I said, man, I don't know what she has or what it is, but I want it. She looked absolutely beautiful. So recently we sat down, and I told her I wanted to heal some childhood traumas. Told her that I wanted to heal some generational stuff that happened continuing in my family. And so she suggested the DNA Reiki clearing, and we went full throttle for a whole month in it, and we're still in it. And Angel is like a mother, a sister, a friend, an auntie. She'll tell you, hey, don't you do that. And I love her for it. I remember one of our sessions, I was just crying, and it was uncontrollable tears. And I'm like, what is going on? And we were talking through it, and she told me, baby, you're healing your lineage, your ancestral lineage, all the stuff that happened in your past, all the stuff that happened prior to you even being in this world, this realm. You've healed that, and now you're releasing. And ever since that moment, you know, I felt a weight lifted, being that she helped me with that. She assisted me.
The last service I want to talk about, you have so many, because you do massages as well.
It's called Total Body Detox.
Total Body Detox.
Yeah, so it is a body therapeutic rub.
Okay.
That is infused with different types of salts to create a circulation, and then you're put it into the sauna with different types of herbs depending on whatever your ailment is, where your pores are open, and then you can kind of sweat that out and let that medicine go inside your body.
Okay.
And it's really nice.
Okay.
It's like a 90
minutes. Wow, it's intense.
Mm-hmm.
So for the females out there, you also have a thing called vaginal detox.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that?
Well, vaginal detox, it's like a program, so it's like a 7-day situation. It's something that they take home with them. Some women, they may know them as like pearls, because they're pearls, but they're herbal pearls, but there are other things that are going on with that too. So they follow this to a T, and then they come back, and then they have a Yoni steam that is connected with that, just to kind of purge everything else that comes out.
Okay.
I wish because I have pictures that show. It shows what comes out of the vagina.
Really? That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
So this is after that detox.
And during while it's happening.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things that's happening, because us as women, we hold things in our womb. You may not even be aware of it. Just old boyfriends, or old ex-husband or whatever. And these things are just held into your walls and your cells, and they're just staying there. They want to be released, but you have to know that you want them to be released, and give them permission, give yourself permission to be okay with what happened, because sometimes people have had trauma, and this is really good just to kind of clean out and start anew.
Wow. I want to give you time to talk about, you have an event coming up in July.
Yes.
So can you please talk about the Yoga Heal Retreat?
Yes. So it's called Love, Yoga, Heal. So it's not just about yoga.
Okay.
And it's just those three things about love, loving of self, loving of others. Yoga, we will be doing yoga, because yoga is medicine. It's like a moving prayer. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
And heal, because at the end of all of that, a healing will take place, and it's going to be in North Carolina, and we're going to have a really nice time. Again, it's just a larger safe space out in nature, where we can all join together, all races, all different whatever, and just be and get real.
So what are the dates?
It's July 14th through the 16th.
And how can they find out about this?
They can call us at 770-609-1013, or you can email us at theyonihouse@gmail.com.
All right. Well, Angel Gray, I want to thank you so much. And this is a great interview. Can you let the people know how can they reach you, social media, website, all that number?
Sure. Website is www.theyonihouse.com. Phone number is 770-609-1013. Email is theyonihouse@gmail.com. And I look forward to servicing whoever wants to come.
She has a great atmosphere. Great atmosphere right here, Ms. Angel Grant. And I'm your host, Jazz, for the Old Fashioned Health Network. Hope to see you soon.
And one more thing I forgot to tell y'all. When I first started with Angel, she gave me a very intense cleansing. She gave me a colonic when she came to my house, and we did a hot cayenne pepper bath, and this was to assist me with getting rid of all my emotional traumas that I stored in different parts of my body and compartmentalized them in different organ systems, and it took off so much weight. After the bath, she wrapped me in a very cold, extremely ice cold blanket, and she told me to rest. And after I woke up, I felt renewed and restored. So, thank you again, Angel.